and welcome to Joseph's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow, or subscribe to any of the videos I put out there. I just put them out there where I can, and I have a holly jolly great time doing so. And as I've mentioned in a few other videos, I also like the free archival storage I'm getting from YouTube, so future generations can check out that I actually existed and did something. Anyway, let's get moving on, shall we? Because in this video, we recently, a couple of videos back, we were just talking about installing the Peco, or wheels kit, sorry, of point rodding that I'm just using as a bit of a static thing on the layout. During the time, there was a lot of other little bits of scenery we were sort of just joining up and getting fixed up and doing work on. And as a result, there was one key thing I was working on that had various different little layers. It's not very complicated, but it would have made the other videos too long. So I've repurposed all of the footage I was doing with it, and we're going to talk about it today. So today's video, we're just talking about just creating a really primitive and basic kind of walkway in the yard, just going across the tracks. You know the thing, just taking some bits of timber, sleepers, whatever, just arranging them parallel to the actual rail so that workers don't have to keep stepping up and down over all the rails. They've got a semi kind of a flat surface, and they can, where necessary, probably drag equipment across. It's just a fraction easier.
Sorry to cut you off, Joseph. This is the noodle knocker one we have done and seen in the past. I'm just referencing we've done it before, so here we go doing something different.
The key spot I really wanted to work on to do this, where it is at the moment is okay, but unfortunately you obviously want to find where there's just literally straight pieces of track to do this. In my case, it's going where our actual single slip crossing is going, so I had to do a little bit of custom modification, but it's not so bad where it is. I'm looking at it as we speak. It's just below us here. I finished off with all the texturing and weathering, and it's not too bad for what we needed to do. I've got a more permanent one from Scale Model Scenery at the other end of the station, which is more one that actually has pedestrian crossing lights and things on it that's a little more safer and developed. But again, this is just more so for our workers and people working at the signal box and things like that to come across to the yard or anything else that needs doing. So that's what we're going to do in this one. We're just going to grab a few different bits of wash, effect, paint and things like that. We're going to grab our chopper. I did end up ordering another set of Scale Model Scenery's canal piling. I'm not making any more canals, even though we've got that marvelous one here. I grabbed it because it's the right profile. Matchsticks work just as well, of course, but I must say this stuff is almost deliberately built. So I like to take them, they chop up nicely, there's lots of them, and we're going to be using more of these as we keep carrying on with the layout because they work out very good, as we've used with edging when we did next to the shed here. We've used it in different types of retaining walls, and there's nothing like seeing some scrap timber sort of piled up against the side or behind a shed or something like that. That's what it's all about today, quick and simple. Few steps. Let's just dive straight into it, shall we?
No, you haven't missed much. I did order a little bit of that extra canal piling because I like these lengths you can quickly chop up with your chopper or whatever you're using. This one's a bit of an interesting shape, but this is the most direct line. Now, you saw me weather it originally just with the powders, and I quite liked it, but I always did want to get a bit more of a crossing going on here. So we're just going to join me for the last part of gluing these on. Once you've lined a few up in your hand, there's always a good side and a bad side. I don't like to use that word. I think this, what would be the bad side, is the side I want. It almost looks like a knot in the timber that I need. And this side is just a bit too perfect. So I prefer to take all the, just waggle a bit of PVA straight on, since they're just going to glue to the sleeper tie anyway. And get them down. And in this case, because it's just a more of a generic type of a crossing, as long as they sort of sit lower than the track, which is all I'm interested in, so when I clean it, whatever's working best for you. As we're coming off the track now, I just sort of follow the shoulder down a bit. Then we'll come back and we're going to weather these. as soon as they're glued in a bit better, as soon as they're standing into place. That was just me with the chopper. And as you can see, we've just sort of taken a little end off to try and shorten it down just a fraction to sneak it up into this little gap we've got going on. For those playing along at home, we're just using a Vallejo wood. Now I know it looks wrong, it's quite bright, it's a little bit scary, like a packet of Cheetos, but we want something light because that wash is what's going to start to bring it down. Usually I just run a umber type of a wash, but I'm actually going to try something a little bit different on this one. I really wanted to try some of this wood wash. I mean, I know the formula I've used before is excellent, but I did want to just give this one a little bit of a try. We'll leave this one overnight to soak in. Just remembering that we're going to come back. And, you know, edges are a bit grimier in the middle and other bits are a little bit cleaner. So this is really just a base wash here. Just going to take an umber wash now. For these key sections here, and we're just going to take a bit of our dark grey, and again the focus is just for those middle sections of the track. Not looking too bad. Let's just take a knife. Back to our wood wash now. Just give that an hour to dry, and we've got one more step I think we need to do. Now we're just going to take a little bit of a grey, a darker grey would be better. This is all I've got, we'll make it work. And a brush. This is just an old brush we've snipped down to sort of just give it those stiff bristles. And in this instance, we want to do this whole dry brushing thing. So we just grab a little bit of paint on that brush. All we're doing is just trying to grab the tops where we've sort of splintered it, give it a little bit of a sun bleached look here. So I forgot to hit record there. Just quickly, some fresh engine oil and a little bit of the engine fuel and oil, which is engine grime, respectively. Just a little bit of that, decanted onto a brush. And basically just taking that brush and giving it the flick to sort of flick the drops down, and you can probably see them there. Mostly you'll probably see the effect happening on the actual steel part of the rail as we do the step. worries if it goes here or there. If you get a bit too much on, you can always just dab a bit off. Paper towel, brush, anything, just sort of work it around. It's really not the end of the world there. While that's happening, I'm actually going to just put a little bit of the brown burnt umber across. Exactly what you're seeing here is exactly, because I've got a little bit mixed up as we speak. Just on those edges. Probably going to make that look a bit better in a minute. We'll give it a moment for those oils to just soak in a little more. And then we're just going to come with a light bit of black powder. Just about there. For all the shorties that are interested in maybe making a little bit of a timber crossing for your model railway layout, then be sure to check out this video. Girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much as always for joining me on yet another one of these videos. Yes, this is one of the express series types of videos where we're just going to keep it nice, quick, to the point and simple. But as you can imagine, the whole point is each little layer of this means that that whole feature section of the layout where our station, our siding and part to do with our yard here all sort of start gelling together. But until the next one, please do stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you in that next one. Toodles!